What is up? My name is Matthew Makak, and I'm here with my brother, Justin Makak.
Hey, everybody.
This is Room 51, where we talk all things board gaming, and today we're coming at you with the Mind Over Meta, where I combine the lovely world of psychology with the lovely world of board gaming. I am a licensed mental health counselor, so that is why I'm interested in these things. And today, we're talking about meditation at conventions, specifically, because we, like a month ago, went to PAX Unplugged, and Justin here, he meditates a lot.
Quite a bit.
So talk about it, because we were talking about this and we were like, people don't quite know what meditating actually, like when they think about it, like they think, sometimes I think of like a floating monk or something.
Yeah, they have it all wrong. So I am floating, but not nearly as high as you think I am.
Just slightly,
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Meditation has this like mystical thing around that word. And it's just not really like that.
No,
it's
not at all.
It's much more like sitting there, trying to keep decent posture, and trying to just be present. You're either focusing, well, the meditations I do, some people do meditations that have like a mantra, and that's where you'll hear people repeating words or, you know, the om, that's a mantra. I don't do mantras. What I do is called mindfulness meditation. And really what I'm doing while I meditate is either focusing on the breath, focusing on different parts of the body, and like trying to be very focused on that one thing and only that one thing. And I guess the key part about meditation for what I do is it's not about the act of focusing on something, it's the act of realizing that you're no longer focusing on that something. So if I'm focusing on my breath and I notice that my mind wanders, that's the key part, that I just noticed that my mind wandered. And usually what I'll do is take note of what it wandered to, maybe repeat to myself what it was about until I fully feel like I have, experienced it. And then I'll return back to the breath or the body, whatever I'm focusing on.
That's interesting. Yeah. Now, why would you do it at something like a convention for you personally? Why were you doing it at a board game convention where there's a lot of things going on?
Yes.
I mean, I could imagine, but like, yes, please go.
Yeah. So first, just to explain, I meditate every single day, 3 to 4 times a day. So I meditate for around an hour every single day of my life. And, on days I go to a board gaming convention, it's going to be no different for me. I'm going to find some point in time to meditate. And there are just events in general. I once was in a porta potty meditating, not at the convention, at something else. That's a terrible experience, but that's how committed I am to making sure I meditate.
Yeah.
If that's what I got to do, I will do it.
Now, why were you in a porta potty? Because, so I think that's something to take note of. Like, can you just meditate anywhere? Or?
Yeah, that's a good point. So at things like conventions or in the porta potty situation, I was at like this apple picking farm. Too much noise and people walking around and everything is very distracting. And those aren't like the things you want to try to get into as quiet of a space as possible. It just makes it a less frustrating meditation because then your mind keeps wandering towards these different things that aren't even about you. You just heard a noise and now your instincts kick in.
Right.
And it becomes a little frustrating. So at things like conventions, luckily at PAX, there was decent bits of quiet spaces that I was able to just go into. Even like the hallway, generally speaking, there were people walking, which is fine, but there wasn't too much loud noise, too many distractions. So I was able to just go there, put headphones on, which really drowns out a lot of noise. And I have the Calm app, so I'll open that up and like listen to the water running that they have.
That's nice.
Or even listen to a guided meditation from them.
That's another thing, right? Like there's a lot of like great apps for meditation
Absolutely.
and everything that are totally free.
The Calm app isn't, though.
The
Calm app is subscription based. It's worth it for me because I do it so often, so I definitely am very okay with it.
There are free ones.
There are plenty of free ones, so many free resources. And truly, back to your question about like why do it at a convention, like you said, there's a lot going on at a convention. So I definitely experience anxiety. No, you experience anxiety. Conventions are pretty anxiety-inducing sometimes. There's a lot of people in one space making a lot of noise. There's constant noise.
Yeah, especially PAX Unplugged because it's a big board gaming convention. lots of people playing board games, selling board games, buying board games, and then just people just like talking and meeting up and everything, especially like because we're content creators, so we were just talking to a lot of people.
So much. We were just, and that's the other thing. Not only we're talking to these people, we're also talking to new people constantly. You know, it's just constant like, oh, this is someone that I haven't spoken to yet, but we know them online. All that type of stuff. It's like you keep going, you keep going.
Yeah, and I'm a very shy person.
Yeah, you're extremely shy. I'm not. I like talking to new people, but at the end of the day, it still is draining. It still requires me to reset, and meditation kind of helps me recharge that battery a little bit and stay in the present moment. That's kind of the main point, at least of my meditation, is to try to stay present and try to be there. So I really get to, go outside, recharge, come back in, and I'm really there at the convention again. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, you're talking a lot about like mindfulness meditation, and that's been like really popular lately for at least in America for a bit. And I think that comes from like cognitive behavioral like therapy and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna get into like all that jargon. But
I do think you're right though.
Yeah, so it's a lot about like focusing on the present moment. And also, like you were talking about, like you'll focus on like certain body parts and stuff, like your toes and all that stuff, right? Or you could focus on your breath, or you could do both of those things. I don't meditate. It doesn't. So that's another thing. It doesn't work for everybody, right? Like like sometimes it could actually be more anxiety provoking.
Yeah.
Like that happens to me. Like I've tried meditation, and there was one that I really liked. It was like a guided imagery meditation that I used to do. And then, like, I don't know, I just started getting panic attacks and everything while doing it. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. So I haven't found one that I liked, and I do other things. But that is something like meditation. And sometimes people are like, meditation doesn't work. And it's like, well, it might not work for you. But that doesn't mean it doesn't work for a whole lot of other people, right?
I completely agree, and I think that's something that I would harp on the mindfulness community sometimes. A lot of people view it as this very cure-all, and it's just not, Some people don't have I find that I personally have a problem staying present. My mind it's just going. I'm not staying present if I don't help myself doing it. That might not be your issue. Your issues might be so unrelated to mindfulness and things that just like, no, meditation isn't what you need. You just need these other things to help you out.
Like for me, it's just like to stop using a whole bunch of energy. Like it's okay to not do anything. That's my issue. But sometimes even like playing board games could be like meditative in a way, right? Where like you're staying focused, you're in the moment of like whatever's going on in the game. Although sometimes it could be anxiety provoking to like play like something like Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, right? Like where there's a lot of energy going on and stuff. But yeah, so we kind of wanted to like demystify meditation
a little bit.
It's funny because a lot of times like we're going to record with someone or whatever, and then Justin is a little bit late. I'm like, hey, sorry, he's just meditating. He'll be back real quick, and then people are like, oh, like meditating, and I'm like, yeah, like meditating.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like clear that up for people, and then especially like because we were just at PAX, and like you were doing it at PAX, and we got like. We've actually met with Our Family Plays. I met with.
I didn't get to see them.
I just like bounced my mic, but anyway, I met Our Family Plays Games. Super nice, Mick and Starla and their son Grant. It's Grant, right? Oh God.
I think so.
I'm sorry if I've messed up your name.
And you're making me question it. I'm not sure now.
I'm questioning my whole life now. But anyway, I was like, yeah, Justin's meditating, and they're like, what? And I'm like, Mick, I think you need some meditation. And he was like, Matthew. So it was great. But yeah, that's kind of like where like this sparks from, this whole like video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like, you could go ahead, check out our Twitch channel. We're all over there, but we're also on all kinds of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
all over Twitch. Sorry.
Shut up. I'm kind of all over Twitch, I feel like.
Oh, I guess so. That's true.
But yes, this is all at This Is Room 51. Twitch is Room 51 Live. You can see it down in the description below. If you liked this video, please go ahead and click that like button. If you didn't like it, I mean, you could click the dislike button. It's all cool, you know.
Make sure you subscribe no matter what, though.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Press buttons, people. Comment.
All
what do
of
you do? Do you meditate? Do you not? What do you think meditation is?
Yeah.
What did you think it was before this video?
Yeah, that's interesting, actually. The before and after
yeah.
perception. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. We will catch you next time.